right, Cubs fam, we got some big news to discuss. Obviously, our next Grand Arena is going to be the first Grand Arena where we have the new updated divisions for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. A lot of us that are in Division 1 are going to now be in Division 2 or 3, and we're reallocating all of that. And what that's coming with is also an increase in the amount of defenses that you are placing. And Crumb actually was on Discord, and he teased an announcement he's about to make officially that we could actually just discuss right now to set some of your minds at ease about some of these changes. But before we get into that, just a quick refresher here of what we are looking at for the GAC divisions. And so you can see here, Division 1, you're adding a total of 4 squads. Divisions 2 through 4, adding a total of 3 squads. Division 5 is adding 2, and Division 6 is adding 1. And then the GP range is breaking down much differently. So Division 1 is starting at 7.8 million. So for reference, I'm in Division 1 right now, and my GP, we'll just pop over here to my account real quick, is at 6. Hold on, then we'll go here. Well, it's right there, 6.37 million. Oh yeah, they show that on the front screen right now. That's nice. So 6.379 million. And so I'm in Division 1 right now, technically. I'm going to go all the way to Division 3, and then I'll jump up Division 2 here within the next few months or so, once I hit 6.65 million GP. Now, a lot of people, I felt like at first when I saw this only as a positive change. I think it was about time that they kind of redistributed things among the divisions. And also, I really like the idea of increasing how many squads you use. I still only see that as a good thing. It's more strategy, it's more time to play, and it's mostly focused on the characters or the players that have a lot of characters in their rosters. Right now, I've got several teams that I never use right now. I never use because Grand Arena, I mean, I'm only placing 7. Basically, I need 14 teams, and I've got way more than that right now that I can use. And the Division 1, the soon-to-be Division 1, 7.8 million players are much different. So I see this only as a good thing for theory crafting, for the game, for fun factor, especially as a streamer. The more matches, the better. So the concern, though, that came along with this is that some people would actually be placing less teams, because while you see here the divisions you're adding squads to those divisions, some of these divisions, because people were dropping in divisions, the additional characters or the additional teams that were added from where those divisions were at prior was actually going to equate to a net loss for people who went there. So you would have people going from placing, X amount of teams to less teams once these changes were implemented. And I see that personally right here. I'll give you an example. So I am in Division 1 right now. I'm used to placing 2 fleets. With these current changes, I'm going to Division 3. I'm now going to be placing 1 fleet, which, I mean, let's be honest, you know me, fleet's not my favorite, so I might not be complaining too much about that. But really, I kind of, even though I like the idea of less ships, I also have been farming because I want to have more ships to use in Grand Arena. I've been focusing a lot of resources, actually, on catching up on ships and, repenting of my sins, so to speak. So anyway, I'm long-winded here to get to the point of the video, which is this right here. Crumb was on, I believe this is probably the Swugga Events Discord server, and he has confirmed now that they are going to adjust the number of teams for each division. Each division, he says, you will place the same amount or more. That is excellent news. And he also confirms right here, does that include fleets? Yes. And so for those who are dropping to Division 3 with me, you're in the same GP range as me, we're not going to be placing 1 fleet. We will be placing 2 fleets. For anyone who was placing 6 squads and now you're going to be placing 5, no, you will be placing 6. And so it's like many of the other changes they made in the game where whatever the base amount you were reaching was, you're going to at least be there. You're not going to lose teams to place in the game. So I think this is a very, very positive change. I know I was a little bit surprised when I initially made my video. I called CG out on this very early on and said, we need to at least be placing the same amount of teams. This is really important because people are losing gameplay here. It makes no sense. Some people were actually okay with it, which surprised me a little bit. I would wager a guess that most of those people who were just kind of okay with it probably were people who maybe cared less about GAC or maybe in the very low divisions. I don't know. But overall, I think for the overall game health and everything, we've been used to doing it this way. We've been used to this many teams for the entire life cycle of Grand Arena. And so I think it makes really very, very little sense to have people now placing less teams. And I think that the strategy implications of placing more, for those who are in the upper divisions especially, is particularly exciting. And so look for a official post on this soon. I would imagine there's probably going to be additional details in that post. It's a little bit rare to see Crumb say, hey, I'm going to make a post on this casually and have it be actual, like, significant news, you know, in Discord. And so I feel like there might be something else there, but you can see here, I was hoping to get a post up sooner, but likely tomorrow we'll have the details. And so it seems to imply there's probably more details coming for this. So I wanted to get this news out there. I know a lot of you have been concerned about this. We will be seeing a post hopefully today. Maybe we'll make a follow-up video on it and just kind of digest, unpack what those things are once we see them. So, and also a lot of strategy videos likely coming. Grand Arena is expanding. We are going to be seeing a lot more teams needed for Grand Arena. What are the teams that you guys can look forward to using more of and planning more for? What I think we're going to see a shift of certain maybe standalone characters that you've maybe been using outside of their faction. You might want to slot them back into their faction so you can have a more clean amount of teams. Stuff like that is going to be really interesting to see how things shift. I think we're going to see Grand Arena change quite a lot here as we get closer to this. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. Are you in the category where you were going to be placing less teams? Are you relieved or upset? Were you excited about those changes? And here we go. Ram Bam in the middle of the video, gifted subs. Thank you very much. Or actually, he's subscribing himself. We love Ram Bam. He wanted us to talk about Mace at the end of this video, but we're not going to talk about Mace because even at Relegate, he sucks. All right, fam. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I'm sure we will be talking again soon. Lots of announcements coming here down the pipeline, I would imagine. And as always, my brothers, don't forget,